We got another self-defense video coming for you. Probably one of my favorite techniques. I was told years ago by my first sensei, Mike Chawati, this was like probably 20 years ago. I was a smaller guy all through high school. I was bullied. I didn't really have a great high school career. I would prefer to leave it in the past. But one of the things he told me, not that he was promoting me to be violent, was the bigger the person, the smaller the joint. And that's a concept that stuck with me for years. So now I'm about 200 pounds. I'm okay. I'm in the middle range. But yet I still try to attack the smaller joints, big or small opponent. So bigger opponents in self-defense or sport jiu-jitsu, generally their smallest link is their small joints. So fingers, wrists, toes, and ankles. If I was to attack a knee on a man who's 300 pounds and I'm 200 pounds, his knee is going to be much stronger than what I can apply the pressure. I will probably get the tap if the technique's done correctly and I have the attrition to continue on with it. But why not go for the smallest joint, the wrist? So today we're going to go for the wrist. So say I'm out on the street. A guy grabs a hold of me. He wants to start a problem. He's been drinking too much. This is the situation. He's been drinking too much. I don't want no part of it. I'm trying to back away. He decides that he wants to attack. So when the guy comes and he puts his hand on me, most people when they start a fight, unless they're a trained fighter never starts a fight like this. One, because he's exposing his arm and it's going to end up getting attacked. Most people when they want to start a fight, they start a fight like this. Like, hey, buddy, trying to knock me off my balance. So the first thing I want to make sure is that I'm not standing with my feet close together like this. If Coach Dan was to push me, my feet are close together, I'm obviously going to fall backwards. If I feel as though I'm going to be attacked, the first thing I do is I pull my back foot back and I get a good base. Be careful not to exaggerate the foot, Be careful not to exaggerate how much you pull your foot back. Anybody who's even watched boxing or kickboxing knows that if your opponent pulls the foot back, generally that means there's going to be a strike or some sort of confrontation. In this situation, I'm just pulling my foot back off on about a 30-degree angle to my front leg so that when Dan comes in and pushes me, I don't move. I don't want to give him the benefit of throwing me off my balance. Now, the joint lock we're going to go for today is the wrist. So when Dan comes in and he puts his wrist on my chest, that wrist is now mine. I don't give that wrist back. How I'm going to set it up is my bottom hand is going to come over the top hand, over Dan's hand. As I take a step in with my back foot, my free hand comes in the inside and grabs the wrist. I step forward, I lean, and I get the wrist lock. So, from another angle, that was hard on your wrist, sorry man. Oh. So again, Dan's going to put his hands on my chest. My outside hand is going to come forward. I'm going to grip it. So the meatiest part of my hand right here is going to lock the wrist in. Know that if anybody knows anything, as soon as I grab a hold of that, his first instinct is to pull back. When he pulls back, I go with him. I just don't let his hand go. So as he pulls back, I grab his elbow, bring my posture forward, my head down, and that turns the wrist on this angle. This is a simple yet effective technique. If anybody ever puts their hands on you, first thing obviously to do is scream, run, try to get help, get out. But if they put your hands on your chest and you don't like that and it's a bad situation, lock up the wrist, cross grip, lean forward, break the joint.